Hello, everyone. Bonjour. How are you all today, wherever you are in the world? It's lovely to see you. I'm in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and it's a very warm day, which is beautiful. So you'll hear the birds singing when they come out. The cover shot that you saw is me hiking on the Amalfi Coast on what's called the Walk of the Gods. Appropriate for today's session, it's on neuroplasticity and how exercise is so important to develop neuroplasticity. As you can see, the views are magnificent. And if you ever get to the Amalfi Coast, please do the Walk of the Gods because it will change your life forever. Namaste, and welcome today to Functional Restorative, working our postures, rotating through the joints to make them mobile and movable, so there's no crinking and crocking, to make your muscles at the chest open up from the sitting and our back muscles a little bit of strength. And our legs, of course, stretching in all different directions. And of course, we love hip openers. I have my friend Kimmy here today. And Kimmy is from Toronto, actually Huntsville, which is north of Toronto. And she lives in Puerto Vallarta downtown for most of the season like we do. So I was very pleased because she's a busy girl that she made time to come and share with you our restorative practice. As you can see, she has a pillow behind her head because it's a little bit tough on that cement tile ground. So you might choose it. It feels good for you. We also have a hard ball that we're going to use for myofascial release because Kimmy said, can you do some hip stuff? So we're going to roll around a little bit and open up our hips. I have a squishy ball, which is really important for stability and core, arm extenders or back extenders with a block and a strap. So make your way to the floor, whatever way your body takes you there. And I can feel the energy of everyone going, oh, it feels so good to be here. Really give thanks that we have this joining place together so often that we can come and be together in our practice. Find your comfortable lie position and really ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Are you fully present and not thinking about the past or the future? Not thinking about what you're going to have for dinner? Can you let your mind just ooze into this hour of joy, light, and love as we roll our body through spaces? Are we all here now? The theme today is neuroplasticity. I did a lot of reading on it, and I like to share what I read because I think it's really hopeful and wonderful and amazing that about 15 years ago through the research, they said, no, when you get to a certain age, you just stop losing neurons and the connective pathways to your systems. And now it says there are things that we can do to increase our neuroplasticity of thought. Wow. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it today. So bring our hands to our belly. Intertwine your fingers. So as always, I talk about the breath being the lifeblood of relaxation and lung strength and heart capacity. And the literature has shown that there's two things that they're looking at. It's the held breath out and the out breath. So we're going to focus on lengthening these to build a strong lungs. And in the research, it says that if you could hold your out breath for 25, you've got good lungs. That's a lot of breath. So we're going to inhale for 4. We're going to hold at the top for 4. We're gathering. Then we're going to exhale through our nose as long as you can. So maybe it's 8 or 10. And then when you get to the bottom of your breath out, I want you to hold for 10 if you can, or 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe normally through your nose, allowing all of this good work that you did percolate through your body. And then release any tension by breathing in through the nose and opening your mouth with a Let's focus again on that held out breath and out breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the out breath. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe normally. And then open up your mouth with a So now I want you to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale as long as you can and watch your counts, and then hold your breath as long as you can, pulling your diaphragm right underneath your ribs. Continue. When you've finished, breathe normally. And then inhale through your nose and exhale with a, we have one more like that. Pause and really let yourself revitalize your, here we go. 4, 4, and as long as you can out and as long as you can hold, watching your capacities of life. And when you've completed, breathe normally. And then open up your mouth with a, beautiful practice. Since Kimmy really likes her hips to be juicied up, let's begin with hips and upper leg. Bend your knees and bring your hands to the floor, and bending your knees, make sure that the knee is over second toe. Let's take the right heel on top of the left and pause. And just sort of flare your leg, just let it drop forward like a clamshell and back up, like move it around in the ball and socket, and just say, hip, you're doing beautifully. And then take your hand to the inside of the thigh, and on the in-breath, push, and on the out-breath, release. Do 4 of those, inhaling and exhaling. Let's do a little bit more pulling now. Bring your arms out into the letter T with palms facing downward for balance. Start rocking your knees with your heel on top, right to left. It can be a little rock to begin with, pulling on your back and hips. Don't be too vigorous at the beginning. Just watch your back rotating as you pull side to side softly. You're staying totally in tune with what you're watching. And then maybe increase your range a little bit more and listen to how the back feels. And then maybe there's even more room to pull side to side. You choose. Keep going. Nice and slow. So Daniel Siegel, who is a very famous neuroplastic surgeon, neuroplasticity researcher, he talks about 3 things to increase neuroplasticity. And this is all about what you're doing. He says training in your focus ability. So right now, to increase neuroplasticity delivery across connecting membranes, you have to focus. So are you focusing on the sensation right now of what's happening? And then secondly, he says you have to be open and aware, meaning that you're listening. You're not going, oh my gosh, my back's really tight. No, you're opening and you're aware. This is how the plasticity happens throughout your body. And thirdly, he says you have kind intentions. Oh, I love that. So right now you're really kind to your body, and you're listening and you're open and aware. And then with the heel on top, drop your knees to the right. Take your palms now and bring them into Y shape above your head with palms facing in and thumbs down. Palms facing towards your head with straight arms. And you can feel the side of the thigh. It's called the tensor fasciolata. It's a muscle that connects 3/4 of the way down your leg up into the side of the hip. And just by this pull, you'll feel also your back. So using the principles of neuroplasticity, focus, open to what comes and be aware. and be kind to yourself. If it gets too much, you can take that right heel off if it's too much of a pull. And then I'd like you, if you choose, to rock your pelvis on the left forward. And at the very end of the rock, you squeeze your butt really hard. And then you roll back through your belly. You continue this rock with squeezing at the end of your butt and rolling back, practicing the 3 areas of increasing plasticity: focus, open awareness, and kind intention. 2 more. Last one. Bring your hands down by your side and wait and pause for the change of the shape of the shoulders, and open your mouth with a ah. Then bring your legs back up, and if your heel isn't on top, come back to center mat with heel on top. Keeping the knee bent on the left, bring your right knee to chest and just move it around in a circle just to release out of that pose. And then the other way. And then take your right hand to the right knee and pull the knee to the side and bring it back up. Pull the knee to the side. We're just stretching it. So hand on inside of knee, and we're pulling it towards the floor on the right and coming back up. Just push into that left foot to stabilize you and see if you can go a little further each time towards the ground for that big hip stretch that we did on the other side. Beautiful. And then bring the heel back on top. Bring your arms in T-shape with palms facing down. And once again, start rocking again, pulling on the back and the hips. You might go a little slower and longer to each side. What is somatically, that's the body telling you what to do. The focus and awareness in your body right now. And on our last one, we're going to take our legs over in that position to the left side, and we're going to connect our entire right foot to floor. So really push that. And then we're going to take the hand on the left to the knee, keeping the toe on the floor and the foot. As we inhale, it's called the lower back crank. We push, and then we release. Continue, inhale, push, and release, leaving big toe and little toe, push on the ground and release. Four more times. Focus, open awareness, kind intention, working your neurological pathways. And on the last one, push on the knee, pull back through the belly. So pull back through the belly, pull back. Make sure that toe stays on the floor and have 3 big magnanimous breaths into those hips and back. And then release and bring that kneecap back up to center and the foot flat on the floor, and just pause, keeping the heel on top. Take your strap and wrap it around the arch of your foot on the right. Pull your heel down into the groin, holding onto your strap. Flex the heel on the right and lift the left foot off the ground and flex the heel. Squeeze your butt into ground as you try to pull on the left kneecap to bring it in closer to the chest. And then push your butt on the right into the ground. So our hip flexor on the left, which is a set of muscles at the front of the leg, they have great endurance. They can lift up the leg a lot of times. But unfortunately, they don't have that much strength that they need. So by pulling the kneecap in on the left and pushing on the right, that hip flexor on the left front side has to work. So should be getting fatigued now. Go 10, 9, pull 8, do your best, 7, show me your strength around your hip. All you hikers out there, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping the heel where it is. Straighten the left leg along the ground. Drop the kneecap on the right towards the ground. Open up your mouth with a ah. So we've released the left hip flexor, the muscles at the front. And we now have stretched on our right side a bow muscle called what is it called? The gracilis. Just a little brain dead there. The neurons didn't quite make it. And this particular muscle here helps the quad lift. That's why I love doing tree in our standing poses, because it's hard to get into that muscle. So start to push down on the knee on the inhale and pull the belly into the floor. And on the exhale, just release the knee and arch the spine. Fan your ribs. Again, push down. Continue that 5 or 6 more times in your beautiful rock. I am focused. I am open to feel new things, and I'm aware of all the goodness it's doing on your body. I have kind intention. Push the knee down and pull the belly into the floor. Shift both shoulder blades down and look to the left. Hold that pose and breathe 5 times. Flex that long heel on the left away from you. Very nice practice, everyone. And then release and lift that heel to sky and open your mouth with a ha. Instead of taking the leg inside and outside the hip, I want you to keep the leg directly over top of the right hip and just turn your toe all the way to the right and to the left. So we're just asking that hamstring on inside and outside to stretch. Keep going. Keep moving. You're doing beautifully. How much more of a rotation can you feel? And where is it pulling for you? Turn your toe to the right. Is that tighter? Hold, pull, pull, and breathe. Flex that heel to the sky. And then turn it the other way. Really turn which side is a little bit more inflexible, probably internal rotation for me and for Kimmy, yes. Because we hike a lot and we do external a lot. So a couple more breaths here. Very nice. And then slowly release your strap, bring your knee into chest and circle that right knee around to complete your right side. Open your mouth with a ah. Extend that leg along the floor and pause. So we know that we had focus, which you're doing right now. And we know we're open to receive. And we're aware of what's happening in our body. In Daniel Siegel's research, he says, this is what will happen. Immune function increases, inflammation goes down, cortisol decreases, optimal cardio functioning starts to happen, and we repair the ends of the chromosomes that slow down aging. You're kidding. If I just show up here in class, all those things happen. Oh my goodness. A miracle has just happened. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor, and pause. If you have something behind your head, take it away. And slowly lift up and down in your bridge at your own pace. Feeling now the lower back that was steady on the floor, moving up and down, vertebra by vertebra, tailbone touches, and then come on up. All the way down, tailbone touches, all the way up. A couple more of those beautiful ones. You know, we've come to realize that habitual neurological pathways can open and they actually can reform and renourish and take in new information and structure. This phrase, which is really known in this field, is called neurons that fire together, wire together. they talk about, the neurobiologists talk about as a state that we work over and over again in repetition, and delivering these neuron messages becomes a trait. Oh my gosh. Opening up these neural pathways to this amazing, profound change. Let's stretch our legs along the ground. We're going to do what's called core stabilization here. Bring your hands behind your head and intertwine your fingers, supporting your head. So the posture muscles are stabilization of the upper back, stabilization, pulling the rib cage in and the belly into the floor. Your transverse abdominis is that one that you pull up and under your ribs. They're the girdle muscle, and back to the floor. Then front body comes in and we start to flex the heels and pull the heels away from us. We try to get right at the quad and we squeeze at the kneecap for vastus medialis, which is the main supporter of the knee joint. This is all stability work. Can you keep your shoulders now pulling down your back? Pull your shoulders down and hold. Can you hold all those positions and just bring your head up slowly? Holding all the, check your shoulders, check your ribs, check your belly, check your butt, check your legs, flex your heels away, and turn your chest to the right, keeping the core strong. Push the left side of your core down, and then come back to center for stabilization, and turn to the other side, all the way around. Beautiful. Pull, pull, pull. Back to center. Head comes slowly down, and you pause and let go with a beautiful practice. Bring your hands down by your side. Bend one knee and put the foot flat on the floor, and bend the other knee. Once again, roll up and down in your bridge to release the abdominal core and strengthen back body. You might choose that it feels good to come up and stay after you've done a few of the up and downs. Or you might choose to come up on your tippy toes and walk your toes in and come into yoga mudra position with your hands. Pulling the shoulder blades way down your back. Making sure the knees are directly forward and you're squeezing the buttocks. Finding our quiet. Are you in awe of what your body's doing? Are you open and aware of those muscles of the back and the buttocks strengthening? And when you're ready, let go if you're in yoga mudra hands and come down vertebra by vertebra, one by one, like a chain link fence. And pause there and open your mouth with a ha. I want you now to go into an arch. So I want you to take the tailbone into the floor and the ribs go wide and the shoulder blades go wide. And you push your tail into the floor and you hold this extension. It's called opposite ways, just to release your back. Beautiful practice, everyone. And then release to neutral spine. And again, open your mouth with a ha. We've got one more set of core stabilization first. And then adding those curling muscles and rotating muscles. Extend your legs along the floor again. Tuck your chin deep. Let's start with the shoulders now. Pull both shoulders down and in. Close your ribs, close your belly, and then lift your belly underneath. It's an ujjayi breath, so the belly stays tight. Take the heels and flex them away from you and squeeze right at the kneecap. Squeeze. Holding those poses for core stabilization. Bring your hands behind your head. We're going to add a little bit more weight here. Please, if you find your back coming off, stay right here. Lift your head up. Now, without moving anything in the trunk or the shoulders, lift the right leg just off the floor. Try not to rock the hips. Beautiful. Kimmy's super strong in her core, so she's got that beautiful stabilization. And then without rocking the core, bring that leg down and bring the other leg up. Pull. One more set. Leg goes down, right leg comes up. Turn to the right. Keep the breath flowing. Come back to center and heel stace comes down. Turn to the left and lift left leg up and try not to let the core rock. Wow, you're doing fabulous here now. Front body, back body work. And slowly come back to center. Keeping your hands behind your head, come all the way down and open your mouth with a ha. Take your elbows and widen your elbows. Pull those shoulder blades wide after all this stabilizing. Pull. Then let the rib cage fan. So arch your spine and push your tail into floor. Holding that pose, bring the soles of the feet together to relax the quadricep muscles. Keep pulling wide, feeling that delicious movement. Keep arching your spine and hold. And release and relax. Open up your mouth with a ah. Really sit in the reverberation. The neurological pathways are restructuring. Ah. Norman Doge wrote a book called The Brain That Changes Itself. He explores that remarkable ability of the brain to rewire and adapt throughout life. Remember, we're aging, but we're saging. He really brought the critical role of the concept of neuroplasticity to me, to the broader audience, highlighting how the body and the brain can adapt to be better in performance and cognition. Bring your arms above your head in Y shape, palms facing in. A little bit more of a pull. Pull your shoulder blades down, rib cage down, belly into floor, and Mula Bandha up to 10 out of 10, anus and genitals, and hold. And then let everything go with a ah. Again, shoulder blades down, rib cage pull, Mula Bandha up as high as you can using your internal organs. Those muscles need to be strong internally so that you don't fall out the other end. And release with a ah. Beautiful practice. Slowly bring our hands down by our side and pause. Slowly bring the knees together and pause. Do you hear the birds? They're singing to you. Bring the left heel on top of the right knee. Bring your arms out in T-shape, palms facing down. And have that little rock side to side. Or maybe your body is ready to go into a bigger rock, you choose. Maybe it's super slow, going to the edge. If you use less velocity and speed, the muscle is going to be pulled more at the far end. I'm listening in awe. How's your hips? How's your back? This big massage we're giving it. And on the last one, we're going to bring our body all the way to the left side. Shoulder blades are down into the ground. Is it too much to leave that heel on top? Or are you happy right here just to surrender into the pull of side body? You might even decide to have more of a pull by rolling your pelvis on the right forward and squeezing the butt at the end, and then rolling your belly button backwards. It's a small move, pulling on the back muscles as we push and pull. Rolling forward, pulling the belly button backwards. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Open your mouth and relax with a pull your belly backwards and come back up to center, putting that right foot in center mat and pause. Whoa, did you feel that right hip just really pulling? Take your left palm to your knee and moving the left joint around in circles or pushes. whatever works for you right now. Can you believe that nutrition has a lot to do with brain health? High sugar can impair cognitive function and memory and lead to inflammation of the brain. Preservatives, especially food additives, have been linked, especially in children, to behavioral problems, and it can weaken cognition again. Start to roll your knees side to side again, bringing your arms in T with palms facing down. Bigger movements, bigger. So what the heck are we supposed to eat to nourish that brain? Keeping the heel on top, come all the way over to the right side. Take your right foot onto the ground, the full right foot. Feel the lower back crank, it's called, and then take that right hand to the inside the palm of the knee. And then on the in-breath, you just push softly to ask the lumbar sacrum to do a little bit of a twist here. It's a hard move for many of us, especially to keep the big toe on the ground. Don't go too far. Focus, be in awe and awareness, and be open to feeling to what comes with kind intention. 2 more times. And push on the knee forward and pull back through the belly and have 3 big breaths now in all of those lower back into core muscles. And then release everything with a, use your voice. Bring your palm out into T, palm down, and come back up to center and pause, keeping the right foot in center mat. Ooh, can you feel that? Just wait and watch. And then bring the left knee into chest and just move it around through that joint after the big pull. And then take your left hand and rock that left leg out to the side and back up, keeping the right hand palm down in T-shape to keep your balance. Let your hips rock if they choose. Pulling on 5 set of muscles called adductors. Last one. And come back up and bring your heel on top and pause and feel the difference of shape. Open up your mouth with a, Take your strap and wrap it around the arch of your foot. Put that heel on top and pause. Hold on with both hands. Then slide that left heel a little bit closer down into the groin if the body will allow. Lift the chest up just to right the spine. Hold that upward curl. And then come all the way back down. And then lift that right foot off the ground and flex the heel. This is the strength in your right front of your hip. So I want you to really work hard at pulling that kneecap in to work strength in your hip flexors. Those are the ones that lift up your legs and have great endurance, but are strength. You're going to really try to fatigue, and it doesn't take long to fatigue the hip flexor in strength. Pull harder, pull, pull, pull. As you pull in, you can feel that left butt and ankle probably stretching. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. And then slowly release, holding onto the strap. Take the right leg along the floor and pause. Heel stays on top on left. Right leg extends along floor. Left heel stays in groin. Bring your heel up into your groin or have it on the floor, whatever feels good for you. Pause for a moment. Let the kneecap just drop out to the side wherever it floats without force. Flexing both heels now. On the in-breath, pull your shoulder blades down, your belly into floor. Pull, kneecap reaches towards floor, and then you exhale, letting it all go. Do that again 4 times. Shoulders, belly, knee down. Release. Shoulders, belly down, knee down. Release. One last time. Down. Very nice. Relax the body. Open your mouth with a take that heel up to sky and hold it there. Stretch that long leg on the right away from you. And start in the ball and socket to turn right to left with your toes and your hips. On this leg, which hamstring is tighter, the outside or the inside? Does it have more or less rotational ability in the joint? Oh, I see Kimmy's. Yes, she has way more on the left side than the right side internally. And she had less on the outside when we did the gracilis. So she just is aware and noticing. Couple more. And then bend the knee and take the strap away and extend the leg along the floor and pause. Open your mouth with a So, nutrition in the brain. We want to eat foods high in omega-3 fatty acid, which are found in fish and sardines. We want antioxidants that are found there in fruits and vegetables, and vitamin B complex in like grains and nuts and leafy greens. Additionally, foods containing choline, which are found in eggs and certain kinds of nuts, and flavonoids found in berries and tea. I'm sipping tea right now, peppermint tea, with you in your class. And amazing things might happen to the delivery of memories. Nutritionally dense food. There's iron products for the hemoglobin, the red blood cells. They send oxygen to the brain. So things like red meat, lean poultry, fish, especially tuna and salmon, and shellfish like clams and oysters. How are you with your beans and lentils? I've got great recipes for a lentil and bean soup if you need it. Tofu, nuts and seeds, dark lean griefy. How did you do with that set? Iodine, critical for synthesis of the thyroid hormones that involve growth and development of the brain. Wow. So what do I eat? Dairy products like milk, cheese, yogurt, eggs, seaweed, cranberries, baked potatoes with the skin on, turkey. What do you think? As slow as you can, roll over onto your belly. We need to go into extension. Come up onto your elbows and pull your elbows close to your rib cage and lift your heart. Your eyes are just in front of the top of your mat. We do this pretty well every class in some form or another. Hold that pose and see if you can lift the heart a bit higher. Neuroplasticity of muscles. The brain now will send a message to one specific muscle, and I want you to activate what I say. Squeeze only the right buttocks and release. Squeeze only the left buttocks and release. Was there a cooperative message that was sent? Squeeze the right buttocks again. Did it happen? No, in the left side rather than the right? Hold the right. Or did maybe it happen down the hamstring and release? Left side squeeze and release. Both sides squeeze evenly on both sides, delivering the message, the neuroplasticity, release. Left side squeeze, release. Right side squeeze, release. Right side squeeze, release, right side squeeze, release. Right, this is uneven terrain, right side squeeze, left side squeeze, left side squeeze, left side squeeze, and relax. Come all the way down, palm over palm, forehead into earth, and open your mouth with a So can we get all our vitamins through food? Well, we get a lot of magnesium through foods, especially through nuts and spinach and avocados. But the literature's showing, because of the soil is not as rich as it was before, that we don't get as much magnesium out of the soil. And if people are doing such things as drinking alcohol or taking blood pressure pills or have constant diarrhea, you're once again depleting magnesium. Bring your hands away and turn your head to the right so the left ear is touching the ground. We tend not to have, in rotational ability of the cervical spine, enough strength to hold our chin back and rotate. We're going to stimulate the vagus nerve too. So what I'd like you to do is push your ear into the ground, rotate your eyes up to sky, really like open them really wide, and then pull your eyes up to the sky, really pull them up to the sky with really big open eyes. Pull, pull, keep going, pull, 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 feel that neck. And then let the eyes close and release. We've got one more like that. Roll into your ear, look up, take your eyes open and look up as wide as you can, stimulating your vagus nerve, which is immune functioning. Pull, rotate it around, pull, pull, and then release. Open your mouth with a ah. Take your squishy ball and put it underneath your forehead and bounce in the third eye. Give yourself a bounce, 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 just releasing the neck out of that rotation. Nice. And then come off your ball and turn to the other direction. Pause, feel that rotation, and then add a little rotation with force by pushing in, and then open up your eyes wide and look up at the ceiling for your immune system, the vagus nerve. Feel that behind the neck to the vagus nerve runs, and then close your eyes and relax and open your mouth with a ah. Last one, push, look, look, wide eyes, pull, pull. Close your eyes, relax, and open your mouth with a ah. Beautiful practice, everyone. Come up to all fours. Start your cat-cow in any shape that you like. So Peter Attia is one of the podcasts that I'm really listening to. He's a functional medicine researcher. And he believes that we're not getting enough magnesium through our food because of the things that I told you. So he says that he believes in supplement. There's 5 different kinds of magnesium. Some have been told that it might help sleep. The literature's really not as conclusive on that yet. But what is more conclusive is a magnesium L38, it's called, is having amazing things with blood, with cognition of brain function. So of course, I take that every day. Start to now come back into child's pose and pause. So vitamin B, which is really necessary for a lot of different things like neurological functioning and cell transportation information. I did a DNA test called DNA Power to find out genetically whether I absorbed B12, and I have no absorption. Even though I used to take B12 all the time, I now get a shot every month in my butt. Walk your hands forward and take your hands to the right side. Right hand on left wrist and pull diagonally sideways. The last that we can't get from the food, but we can get from the sun is called D3. It's really kind of like a lot of talk about that, whether we should take as much as 10,000 IUs a week. Some people say that we should take 3,000 a day. If you're up northern, D3 might be something you might want to consider and consult with your naturopath and look online. 10,000 IUs a week or less seems to be a conservative reading. Walk to the other side. Pull and breathe, squeezing and soaking our knees, our hips, and our back. Bring your hands down by your side. Turn your palms up. Reach onto your back and intertwine the fingers. Pull that shoulders back and down and move whatever way you'd like off your back. And then bring your arms down by your side and pause. Oh, I love these two researchers. Sarah Lazar and Richard Davison are neurological scientists who say that meditation and yoga on the brain influences brain function, emotional well-being, resilience, and it actually can induce structural changes. Can you believe that we can induce changes by showing up? By showing up in class. We always do a meditation and you're practicing neuroplasticity. As effortlessly as possible, I'd like you to roll over onto your back. Find your squishy ball and put it behind your head if it feels good, and find your block and hold it beside you. You can choose to leave your squishy ball there if you choose, or put the pillow or nothing under your head. Find out what you want to do right now. Lift the pelvis up and down for your lower back, all the way up and down. We're going to now go in sustained extension again of the spine, but now we're going to let go of those hip flexors. So lift all the way up and take the block and put it horizontal between the tail and the belly button and come down on the block. Take the right leg and extend it along the floor. And I'd like you to be aware and focused on its heaviness. Take the left leg in H shape above your head and be in awe of that arm on the left being in H shape above your head with palm facing in. And let that arm be super heavy in H shape above your head. It's like the arm is directly above your shoulder, straight as it can be, and palm facing in. I want you to see if everything can be heavy and let go of the lower back and the hip. Well, this is one of my favorite topics, is exercise and brain health. Aerobic exercise, 30 minutes, 4 times a week, and a combination of strength training 2 times a week. Oh, we have classes Tuesday, Thursday. Wow. Can increase overall brain health and neuroplasticity. You just have to walk for 30 minutes briskly 4 times a week, or whatever you like to do, swim, and come and show up in strength 2 times a week. Can you do that? Promoting neurogenesis and that plasticity, because I sequence a lot and you are on uneven terrain, as they call it, in the neural pathways. And so you have to adapt. Adaptation is one of the things in the brain that we never want to lose. Slowly bend the knee and bring it in. Bring that knee to chest, hold on to the knee, and pull on the knee into the chest. Push on the left foot, just to release your back. Bring the foot to the floor, and now think about the left leg being super heavy as you extend it. Pause there and try to get that heaviness of the weight pulling on your back. And then bring your right arm up in H shape above your head, palm facing in. And let that be really heavy. Well, the literature is coming out pretty conclusively that stress can contribute to impaired neurogenesis. It disrupts all the circuits in your brain. You not only have not as good cognition, but chronic stress in the brain with all those hormones called cortisol. It impairs sleep, it impairs memory, decision-making, and long-term stress causes anxiety. Anxiety is defined as non-focused fear. You know, when someone has anxiety, it's just all around you. As you breathe into letting go of stress throughout every class, you're doing it. How heavy is your leg? How heavy is your arm? To allow the trunk that worked and the legs that stretched and strengthened to let go in the back. The brain in sleep, we know, is the quality of sleep and the length of sleep. It repairs and eliminates all these waste products. It's like kind of like a flush, flushing out all the garbage, but you need that long, slow wave sleep. And when we don't have it, we can have cognition problems, attention deficit problems. Chronic sleep deprivation is linked to impaired attention, memory, and function. What is your sleep routine to get 7 to 10 hours of sleep a night? Slowly bend the knee first, foot on the floor. Then listen to the arm coming down. Then lift up off your block and take it away. Roll all the way down. Bring both knees to chest now. One hand on each kneecap. Start circling the knees away from each other, independently of each other. Big, full circles, one direction. And full circles in the other direction. And then have a little run, run, run with your knees. Oh, beautiful. And then drop both knees to right. Arm on left comes to T with palm facing up. Right hand comes on top of left knee. And I just pause. What about mental activity in the brain? You got to stimulate activities. Things such as language immersion. If you learn a different language, it strengthens the auditory process as well as the connectors in the brain. It's called visuospatial skills, navigating unfamiliar territories, looking at a map, figuring the map out. Could be on your iPhone, simply observing maybe different shapes, buildings, and you're trying to put it in order. How about number 3, attention? The newness of the environment of really listening and focusing heightens the neural pathways. So when I ask you to really listen, this attention focus enhances the pathways. New terrain, new things to see, new attention. I think that's called travel. Wow, maybe we should travel more in foreign cultures. Slowly bring your knees back to center and one hand on each knee. And run, run, run with your knees again, just to take your spine back into that straight line. And when you're ready, drop your knees to the left and eyes to the right. Hand on left on kneecap. The fourth activity that promotes mental health of neural pathways is called executive function. Two things: planning itineraries, like you just did, sequencing. You're following my sequencing. You're planning itinerary. Can you make impromptu decisions and be flexible and listen to others what it is? And you don't say to yourself, well, I don't do it that way. Unfamiliar menus bolster this capacity. Number 5, your memory, the sheer volume of new experiences gives your brain a workout. Get out there, learn facts, recalling names, tell stories. Number 6, processing speed. It's a rapid adjustment to unfamiliar situations or words or stimulus where your body feels effective in developing that all is okay. I'm processing speed quickly. Slowly come back up to center. What do you want to do right now for your lower back and hips? Just move around, whatever feels good for you. Oh, and for the brain, social connection, social support. It helps the brain circuitry to feel safe, and it can develop emotional regulation. Daniel Siegel says, the brain is a social organ, and our relationships to one another are not a luxury, but an essential nutrient for our survival of body and mind. Our whole prediction relies on belonging and community. How is your community? Mine is pretty great, being here online with you and showing up for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Our last, coming out of your own poses, bring your feet to the floor and walk them as wide as you can. And just let the knees drop side to side, releasing your quads and hip flexors. And then slowly decide whether you want a pillow or something behind your head. Decide whether you want to straighten the legs or bend the knees. Maybe you want to roll into a fetal position with the block between your knees and turn your nose to Mother Earth. For the next couple of minutes, where are you in Shavasana? Coming back to our topic today. What you heard today, was there one or two things that you want to just note? And is there one or two actions that you might do out of today's practice, either a pose or a diet or an activity? Just note. Thank yourself for making it to class today. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe have a little breath. Stretching your arms above your head and pulling your toes away. 3 delicious breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right knee comes to chest and follow it with left knee. Rock side to side. Turn yourself to the right side towards the cameras and turn yourself to Mother Earth. What am I grateful for right now? Then bring your palms to the ground and push your way up into sitting. Our beautiful Timmy, she's sitting in hero's pose, wherever you find your sit. Thank you so much for the practice, for being here, Kimmy, with me. And thank you all for being there and listening to your neuroplasticity today and all the things that you can do to keep us young, alive, and highly functioning. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Mm-hmm.